Hey, what's up guys? Derek Deschamps here for Exclusively PS, your source for all things PlayStation. Here's your PlayStation news for the week. The first free PS Plus game for April has been announced, and it's Drawn to Death for the PS4. Drawn to Death was developed by the Bartlett Jones Supernatural Detective Agency and is a third-person shooter brawler that takes place as drawings inside a high school student's notebook. All the crazy drawings in the notebook come to life and battle in a fast-paced, highly competitive online action game. The game's director David Jaffe also announced that the release will include 2 new mission types, as well as mystery boxes filled with character taunts and skins that will be rewarded to players for every 150 kills. Watch for this one coming free to PlayStation Plus members on April 4th, 2017. Polyphony announced this week that Gran Turismo Sport is now entering closed beta. Beta participants will get the opportunity to choose from a select rotation of cars and tracks each day to race online, as well as different race class categories and course configurations. The beta will mark the first time that players can see the driver profiles, which track both a player's sportsmanship rating and driver ratings to ensure that racers are equally matched online. The initial phase of the beta begins today on March 17th and will initially be open to a select group of US PSN IDs. So if you live in the US, be sure to check your PS4 dashboard for an invite. Firesprite has announced a new stealth horror game called The Persistence for PSVR. The Persistence is a first-person horror experience where you play as a crew member aboard a research vessel sent to study a collapsing star. Unfortunately, after a major catastrophe that wiped out much of the crew, your ship's computer attempted to reconstruct them, but instead turned them into mutants. After awakening from cryosleep, you are tasked with making it through the horrors of the ship to bring the engines back online and escape the grasp of an approaching black hole. The ship is entirely procedurally generated, so each time you die, you will face a different layout, enemies, and challenges. Unfortunately, no details on a release date have yet been announced. Developer Psyonix announced this week that a new mode called Dropshot will be added to Rocket League for free on March 22nd. The mode is played with an electrified ball, which will be used by players to destroy floor panels on their opponent's side, and then shooting the ball into the hole. It will be played exclusively in a new hexagonal arena called Core 707 that will also be included in the update. The developer also stated this week that they currently have no plans for a sequel to Rocket League and will instead continue to support and grow the existing game. Again, watch for the new Dropshot mode coming March 22nd, 2017. A new VR game, Ancient Emulator, was announced this week for PSVR. Ancient Emulator is a tower defense shooter that focuses on hero-based gameplay similar to a MOBA. Players can choose of one of 4 heroes at launch: an archer, gunslinger, mage, or puppet master, and additional heroes will be available via DLC in the future. The game features a number of game modes and difficulty levels, along with boss battles that can be played from Egypt to Rome and can also be played in online co-op. Watch for this one coming to PSVR in summer 2017. Ubisoft announced this week that all of the Division's Year 2 DLC content will be released for free. The first DLC, which is scheduled for a mid-year release, will feature seasons and an event system that, and I quote, will drive players to activities that feature modifiers, leaderboards, and unique vanity items that will only be available through these activities, end quote. While the new DLC will be more content-focused, the game's developer has stated that it won't necessarily be in the form of story missions. Rather, they may deliver a narrative in other ways. If you haven't yet tried The Division, a free trial is now available on the PlayStation Store, which allows players to play up to 6 hours or until level 8. And all the progress will carry over upon purchasing the game. The Cartoon Network announced this week that they will be publishing a new Steven Universe game called Save the Light for the PS4. Save the Light is co-written by Rebecca Sugar, who is the creator of Steven Universe on the Cartoon Network, and is an RPG with elements of both real-time and turn-based combat. You will play as Steven and the Gems, who must battle an army of creatures through Beach City and beyond to stop a mysterious warrior who has stolen a powerful weapon. They've stated that the game was designed for both those unfamiliar with Steven Universe and fans alike, and is expected to arrive on PS4 sometime this year. Developer Bitmap Bureau has announced their game 88 Heroes will be coming to the PS4 on March 24th, 2017. 88 Heroes is a platformer where the evil Dr. H8 is holding the Earth ransom and threatening to destroy it within 88 minutes if you do not meet his demands. You will play as 88 characters through 88 levels, which need to be completed within 88 minutes, and every time the player completes a level or dies, a new hero is introduced into the game. Again, watch for this one coming on March 24th, 2017. Sony announced this week that the PlayStation Now library will be expanded in 2017 to include PS4 titles. All the games in the PS Now library, including PS4 games, will be available to subscribers with a single subscription and be playable on both PS4 and Windows PC. Invitations will be sent out via email to existing PS Now subscribers to test the changes to the service and will be available to all subscribers later this year. Developer Pixel Titans announced this week that its upcoming PS4 title Strafe will be released on May 9th, 2017. Strafe is a fast-paced first-person shooter roguelike that's heavily inspired by shooters of the 90s. It features randomly generated levels where everything including rooms, enemies, power-ups, monster closets, and secrets change upon death. Every enemy is designed to burst into a pixelated fountain of gore, which litters the map as you progress. If you miss the glory days of Quake and Doom, be sure to check out Strafe on May 9th, 2017. And that's your top PlayStation news for this week. Remember, we're here every Friday, so be sure to subscribe. I'm Derek Deschamps. I'll see you next week.